in this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love.
When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. And I know this voice of love, it is singing through my life. It is all I am, every part of me. It is all I choose to be. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is
I've seen my share of struggle when I thought that I knew best, when I've sailed through a storm instead of stopping to rest. And it always seems the hardest when I've made up my stubborn mind. Well, I'm changing my ways this time. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Have you ever seen an eagle head straight into the wind? He doesn't pick a fight, he spreads his wings and just gives in. And in the end he always makes it home just fine. I guess he knows that every storm subsides. wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill, no more I am bound for the sea. I'll let nature take its course, no more thinking that I know where this river's meant to go. I have railed against the stars for the cards that I've been dealt, for the lottery I've never won, for the heartache that I've felt. But it always seems when I let go of expectation and regret, life has plenty of surprises for me, yeah. I wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill, no more I am bound for the sea. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill, no more I am bound for the sea.
Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing. You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams, you will do amazing things. The places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when, where, or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing. You don't have to work it out, just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Oh, I know you will. Amazing, you will do amazing. Sing it with me. Just look at somebody for a second. Sing amazing. Look at somebody else. Amazing, you will do. You will do amazing things. Oh, I know you will. Amazing, yes, amazing. You will do amazing things. Can you feel that? Such beautiful energy we've created right here. Now, what I want us to do is imagine that we filled this room. We're going to send it out into the world, this knowing, this positive, beautiful spiritual energy. Let's sing, we will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, we will do amazing things. Oh, amazing, yes, amazing. We will do amazing things, yeah. I know we will. Amazing, amazing. We will do amazing things. We will heal the world today. Amazing, amazing. We will do amazing things. And now what I'd like you to do with the deepest conviction and sincerity, place your hand over your own heart and tell yourself the truth. I will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. I will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. I will do amazing things. You will do amazing things.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity of New Westminster's Sunday celebration service. Please join us for our opening song this morning, Swing Wide the Doors.
Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Here we go now. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. About lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I learned to keep it inside. Well, now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. About lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. All right now, swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine.
Welcome back. I am Reverend Rhona Segarra, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our Sunday celebration service at Unity of New Westminster, which is located in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. We would love for you to stay connected with us. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel or like us on Facebook, or add your name to our email distribution list on our website. And that way you will always be informed about what is happening at Unity of New Westminster. The Unity movement offers ideas for full and abundant living. We draw on the teachings of Jesus, who we consider our primary way shower and example. And we honor that there is wisdom in faith traditions all over the planet. There is wisdom in story, in song, in prose, in poetry. There's wisdom in the people around us, particularly children. We honor every person's right to choose their own spiritual path. All are welcome here. All are worthy here. All are celebrated here.
We open our service today in prayer. I gratefully acknowledge that I speak to you on the traditional and unceded territory of the Semiahmoo First Nation. And we give thanks to First Nation peoples everywhere for their custody of this beautiful land. We give thanks that we are able to meet together in this virtual setting at a time when we are unable to meet in person. We give thanks for our connection one with each other. That connection that happens whether we are in each other's physical presence or not. That connection that binds us all together. We acknowledge that there is only one presence, that there is only one power, that power that is understood by many names, many faces, and many paths. And we affirm that regardless of the name, the face, or the path of our understanding, that we are one human family. And it is in that knowledge of our oneness that we send a blessing for love, for peace, for contentment to every being on this planet, to every being, regardless of all the labels that threaten to divide us. We are one. And for this knowledge, for this intention, and for the power that we have to bless, we give thanks. Amen.
I'm going to share the daily word for Saturday, May 22nd with you. The theme is nurture. By caring for myself, I am able to care for others. With love and care, I give nurturing attention to those in my life. But I would not be able to do that if I did not give nurturing care to myself. I withdraw from the busyness of the day to rest. I breathe in and feel the gentle life of spirit filling my lungs and calming my mind. I nurture my mind by taking time to learn. I nurture my body with activity and nourishment that promote strength and energy. I nurture my spiritual growth with inspirational material and by holding positive, productive thoughts. I see myself as a loving, deserving child of spirit. I am replenished in the strength, energy, and patience I need to be a nurturing presence in the lives of all who rely upon me. This passage is inspired by the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 29. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Nurture. By caring for myself, I am able to care for others. As we prepare ourselves for our talk today, I invite you to take a moment and relax. Bring yourself to this time, to this place. If you're able to, find a seat and close your eyes. Become aware of your breath, in and out. Become aware of that life-giving force which animates us, which enlivens us, which cleanses us. Feel that amazing power as it enters your body, fills every part of your body, and then releases in the exhale. With every subsequent breath, allow your body to feel heavier, feel more relaxed. And as your body becomes heavy, give your mind permission to still as well. Sink beneath the busyness of your thoughts and allow yourself to arrive in this place of being. I share with you the words of the Rosicrucian Contribution to Peace. And I invite you to take these words into your heart. I contribute to peace when I strive to express the best of myself in my contacts with others. I contribute to peace when I use my intelligence and my ability to serve the good. I contribute to peace when I feel compassion toward all of those who suffer. I contribute to peace when I look upon all as my brothers and sisters, regardless of race, culture, or religion. I contribute to peace when I rejoice over the happiness of others and pray for their well-being. I contribute to peace when I listen with tolerance to opinions that differ from mine, or even oppose them. I contribute to peace when I resort to dialogue rather than force to settle any conflict.
I contribute to peace when I respect nature and preserve it for generations to come. I contribute to peace when I do not seek to impose my conception of God upon others. I contribute to peace when I make peace the foundation of my ideals and philosophy. The Rosicrucian contribution to peace statement. And as we consider these ideas as contribution to peace, we move into a time of silence as we ask ourselves, each of us, how can I be a contribution to peace today? How can I be a contribution of peace today? And as we end our time in the silence, we become aware of our breath again. We become aware of our thinking again. And we give thanks for this time of regeneration. We give thanks for this time of rest, for this time of reflection. And we go forward, mindful, intentional, willing to contribute to peace, to be the presence of peace in our lives and in the life of the world. And so it is.
I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. And I love myself like a newborn baby child. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. And I love myself like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. Now I know I am gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself. And I hold myself like a newborn baby child. I am gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself. And I hold myself like a newborn baby child. And I rock myself like a newborn baby child. And I hold myself like a newborn baby child. And I love myself like a newborn baby child.
Last week, I introduced a question for us to consider. A question that, when we ask it, has the capacity to free us from a lot of the judgments that imprison us. The question was, what if you didn't mind? And last week we spoke about it in terms of, what if we didn't mind when things don't go the way we expect them to, or people don't do things the way we expect them to, and how powerful and freeing it can be when we accept what is and don't attach too much meaning to it. What if you didn't mind? Well, as often happens when I pose a question like that for a talk, it starts to sort of rumble with me and expand. And one of the ideas that came up for me was the idea of our search for perfection and our fear of imperfection. And the question, what if you didn't mind your imperfection, kept coming up for me. In the past few weeks, I've heard several references about the subject of imperfection and perfection, and how our goal is perfection and how we are not perfect. More than usual. I often hear references to imperfection and perfection, but it just seems like it was coming up a lot more. And I've been considering ideas about my own constant striving for perfection, a trait that I'm sure I'm not alone in wanting to become more perfect in everything that I do. In fact, if you were to go to a bookstore and take a look at the sections, you'll see a very healthy segment dedicated to self-help, to self-improvement. And so I know that this interest in overcoming our imperfection is a big part of what goes on in our culture today. And the question that arose for me as I was contemplating this is, at what point does striving for perfection become something which adds so much stress and so much anxiety and so much pressure for ourselves that it actually does more harm than good? At what point does our striving for perfection actually harm us? And I think the answer is that it starts to really do damage for us when we start calling ourselves less than, when we start blaming ourselves or naming ourselves as bad for what we consider to be our imperfections. So what can we learn from this idea of imperfection? And how can we approach it in a way that is more healthy, more robust, more resilient, more intelligent? Because what I recognized is there is no such thing as perfection. Even the people we think are perfect are always striving for something greater. They're always interested in self-development and growth. So imperfection is the normal state, even when we think that others are in that place of perfection, they themselves are seeing themselves as still imperfect. So what if we could come to this quantum shift of accepting imperfection as the normal state of affairs? That perfection is actually a non-attainable goal. It is simply a direction that we move towards in terms of wanting to continually expand and grow. What if we just accepted imperfection as normal? What if we didn't mind our imperfection? Perhaps one of the most powerful teachings about imperfection is shared in the book of John, chapter 8, where Jesus is approached by a group of scribes and Pharisees, and they bring him a woman who has been caught in adultery. Now, I don't have to tell you that a person who's been caught in adultery means that there's a man who was involved in the adultery as well. However, that's not a discussion for today. At the moment, what we know is that this woman was brought to Jesus because she had been caught in adultery. And here is what the reading says, quote, "They made her stand before them and said, 'Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone such a woman. So what do you say?' They said this to test him in order to have a basis for accusing him. But Jesus bent down and began to write on the ground with his finger. When they continued to question him, he straightened up and said to them, 'Let him who is without sin among you be the first to cast a stone at her.' And again he bent down and wrote on the ground. And when they heard this, they began to go away, one by one, beginning with the older ones, until only Jesus was left with the woman standing there." Let him who is without sin among you be the first to cast a stone at her. To me, this is the epitome, the absolute illustration that imperfection, sin, missing the mark, is as normal as waking up in the morning. None of us does anything and everything perfectly. And yet, think of the consequences that we put ourselves through when we fail because we don't do something perfectly. It's almost as if we are now those scribes and Pharisees wanting to stone ourselves for doing something that is wrong. And what if we recognized that it need not be viewed as wrong? That maybe we're just doing the best we can with what we have at the time. Think of the consequences that we place upon ourselves when we judge ourselves to be imperfect. That feeling of not being good enough, of it not being enough, that moves from it not being good enough to I'm not being good enough to I'm not good enough. And all of that takes a toll on our self-esteem. It leads to a feeling of shame, a feeling of less than worthy. And that obviously leads to anxiety. Who wants to feel like that? Think of a ladder. This may be a good explanation of how we can understand perfection and imperfection. So think of a ladder, and our idea of perfection is here. Our reality is here. The gap is where we suffer. The gap is where we're suffering. In Buddhism, in the Buddhist tradition, they say that attachment is the root of all suffering. Attachment is the root of all suffering. And when we are attached to the idea of perfection here And our reality is here. Therein, in the gap, lies our suffering. When it feels like we have failed. But what if we can accept that we all are actually somewhere in the lower spot? That this perfection ideal is just an illusion. Think of the most accomplished musician that you may imagine, or the most accomplished dancer or actor or author or speaker. And if you were to speak to them, you will recognize that they are always striving for something better. They're always striving to improve their craft. Walt and I were on a cruise a couple of years ago, which was awesome. And we looked at these dancers who did the show every night on the ship. And during the day, even though they did that routine every single night or every second night or whatever it was, during the day, they would continue to practice, to hone their craft. The difference is they weren't doing it from a place of shame and blame and naming themselves bad. They were doing it from a place of, I just want to get better. I know where I am. I want to get better. It doesn't help us when we get into a place where we're aiming for perfection and we're making ourselves wrong, making ourselves bad, naming ourselves incompetent, or some of those other awful words that we tend to use for ourselves. Is there another option? Is there another option that helps us to close the gap and manage our expectation of perfection a little bit more realistically? Is there an option that allows us to lean into self-improvement and self-growth in a way that is more whole, more holistic, more holistic, perhaps more healthy? Yeah, I think there is. And the answer is to accept where we are. What if you didn't mind that you were imperfect? Because you are. And it's okay. I am. And it's okay. Because perfection is an illusion. Perfection means there's nowhere to grow to, and there's always room to grow. There's always something that one can expand into, but that does not limit, need not limit our enjoyment and our appreciation of where we are and how far we've already come. Think about a toddler who is learning to toddle. So maybe an infant moving into toddler world. A person who is learning to walk. Nobody learns to walk by just getting up from crawling and standing up and walking. What they do is they test, they try, they get up a little bit, they make a step or two, and then they fall backwards. Now, a toddler doesn't make a few steps and fall backwards and then castigate himself or herself for it. They don't start saying to themselves how bad they are, how hopeless they are, how they'll never be able to do it. No. What they do is they sit down, reevaluate sometimes, giggle sometimes, cry sometimes, and then they get up and they try again. And they try again. And they try again until finally they walk. And when they walk, what do? They want to run. And do they learn to run right away? No, same thing again. Our nature is to want to improve. What if we accepted where we are, that which we name imperfect? What if we accepted that it's okay? Then when we want to improve, and we're ready to improve, we can do so from a place which is much more open, where we aren't cluttering our mind with all of this negative self-talk that actually has absolutely no value at all, except to limit how much we grow. You cannot learn, you cannot grow when there's busy monkey mind going on. So what if we allowed our monkey mind, that nattering part of us that says that we're never going to do it right, that we're too whatever or not whatever enough. Insert here whatever judgment you may have put in for yourself or for them. But right now I'm mostly focused on for ourselves. What if we allowed all of that busy thinking to fade away, and we're okay with right where we are, imperfect, striving for greater expression, greater growth, and accepting that the way of it, the way of life, is that in some things we're going to be very highly accomplished. In some things we're going to be less accomplished. And in all of it, even the things that we're highly accomplished in, we will want to continue to grow. So please don't see this as me suggesting that we want to revel in our imperfection. Quite the opposite. What we want to do is accept where we are. Because when we accept where we are, with compassion, with love, with encouragement, with a sense of, wow, that was an interesting experience. Let's see what we can do next time. We're much more likely to make a change that is meaningful than if we berate ourselves, make ourselves bad. I'm reminded of a song by the Eagles, Take It Easy. Take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels make you crazy. Our tendency when we view ourselves as failing, as not enough, not doing enough, not being enough, not enough. Our tendency is to say, I'm not perfect. I need to learn more. I can grow more. And I'm unworthy, less than, not good enough. Therefore, I'm unworthy, less than, not good enough? What if we can just say, I'm not perfect and I can grow more? Period. Full stop. End of sentence. What if we can take all the stuff that we ascribe meaning to, those judgments, and just like the scribes and Pharisees, turn away from doing the harm that they felt justified in doing? What if instead we can recognize that imperfection is normal, that imperfection is. That way we will be free to learn more gently, with more excitement, with more curiosity, coming from a place of wholeness. The next time that you find yourself upset because you didn't look perfect, say something perfectly, respond in a way that was perfect, what if you can remember to take it easy? What if you can remember that imperfection is normal? What if you didn't mind imperfection? I bless you.
I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well, all is well. And every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with everything I have. I release my fear, 'cause it's all so clear. I am held, I am loved, I am safe. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I am well, I am well, I am well. Ooh. And now I see what my life can be when I trust in the process and have faith. And now
On Thursdays at 11, we hold a weekly prayer and meditation service. It is a time where we connect with each other, and then we move into a guided meditation. We also read the names of the people who are on our prayer list, people who have requested that their names be put on the list, or people they care about, their names be put on the list. It is a time of renewal, a time of rest, a time of recentering. It is a rich, beautiful experience. And so I encourage you to join us for that. And if you know someone whose name you would like to have added to that list, then please email us at unityofnewwestminster@gmail.com, and we will be sure to get their name added to the list. On October 17th and 18th, the Parliament of the World's Religions will be held. This is the first time that it will be held in an online format on Zoom. It is held every 4 years normally. Last time it was held in Toronto. And I know a few people who attended. People come from across the world and attend. And I know a few people who attended who said that the experience was transformative for them. This year, because it's going to be on Zoom, it's much more accessible, both in terms of not needing to travel, but also in terms of finances. If you register before the end of May, then the tickets for the 2-day event is $50 US. The vision of the Parliament of the World's Religions is a world of peace, justice, and sustainability. And their mission statement is to cultivate harmony among the world's religious and spiritual communities, and to foster their engagement with the world and its guiding institutions to address the critical issues of our time. Doesn't that sound like something you would want to be on board with? So if you're at all interested, attend the Parliament of the World's Religions, October 17th and 18th. The link is on your screen, and the fee, if you register before the end of May, $50 US. Please mark your calendar for June the 27th, Sunday, June the 27th, right after service. We will be holding our annual general meeting on that day. And if you would like to be able to vote at the meeting, then you need to fill out a membership card. And so information about how to do that will be emailed to our email distribution list, and we will put a link onto our website. So please mark the day, Sunday, June the 27th. All are welcome to attend, and please fill out a membership form if you would like to vote. You are invited to join our writing group, which is going to start a new session again on Monday, May the 31st at noon Pacific time. In this session, we're going to be spending 8 weeks. And in this session, what we're going to do is a book study of a fiction book to get a sense of how to improve our own writing by looking at a very well-written book. The book is I See You. It's by the author Claire McIntosh. And so it'll be a fun way to improve our own writing as we look at some of the elements that are included in this book of fiction. So if you'd like to join us, Our group is friendly, supportive, loving, lovely, and we invite you to be part of it. You're invited to join us on the last Friday of every month on Zoom for an open mic and house party. If you have a song to sing, an instrument to play, a story to tell, or something you'd like to read, or a G-rated stand-up routine, this is your opportunity to take the stage. If the stage is not your thing, come and be part of the audience. We often chat and visit in between acts. The Zoom link is our regular link, which you'll find on our website and in the email newsletters that you receive. Please join us the last Friday of the month from 7 p.m. to 8:30. On the last Sunday of the month, we hold a birthday celebration for all of our congregants and guests who were born in the month. Normally we hold that in person, and we would have cake and coffee, and we would sing happy birthday and have everyone stand at the front of the fellowship hall. And of course we aren't able to do that at the moment. And we can still celebrate. So please pass the word along and join us after the service on the last Sunday of every month on Zoom, so that we can celebrate the people in our community who were born in the month. We're so grateful for all the contributions that we receive every week or every month. Some of you have set up recurring donations, and we are particularly grateful for those because they help us to budget. And we are grateful in any case for all of the generosity that is shared with us. Your contribution not only supports our ministry, but it supports organizations within our own community that do amazing, meaningful work, as well as supports Unity Canada in the work that they do to share the message of unity across the country. Thank you all so much for your contribution. And now I invite you to hold in your heart, in your mind, in your entire body, something that you are feeling grateful for as we sing our blessing song.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And we have come to the end of another service for another week. If you're watching us live, please consider joining us on Zoom for a chance to connect with each other and visit as if we are meeting in person and having our coffee and cookies and so on. I hope that you enjoyed your experience with us today, and I hope that you consider joining us again in the future. I wish you all a very wonderful week. Goodbye, everybody.
It's take. Let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
I am the light of God, I am the love of God, I am the power of God, I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. I am the light of God, I am the love of God, I am the power of God, I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. You are the light of God, you are the love of God, you are the power of God, you are the presence of God. Wherever you are, God is. You are the light of God, you are the love of God, you are the power of God, you are the presence of God. Wherever you are, God is. We are the light